Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. So, as you can hear and somewhat see, I'm in a different location than before. We're going to head into the Frenzied Flame Village, but first we're going to hit this church. This is essentially the Madness Zone, is the short description. And just to make it here, okay, so easy way to get here is we're going to do kind of a crash course here. Okay, so get the ravine, site of grace, ride up, actually to just around here you can loop up and then ride up into this church. Then you just ride up here, ride along the left because there's trebuchets that'll fire at you, swing around, come up this way. You're going to suffer madness getting through here, and then you come up and you get to here. This path is a lie. Do not trust this. The big thing here, as you see, my equipment looks like trash, but it's all high focus. Focus prevents buildup of madness. If I was wearing my normal armor, I would have died to madness buildup. And that is something you should take note of. I will say this, come this way if you want madness magic. Because you can get a spell here, there's some stuff in the town, but for the most part, that's all there is. Don't... Oh wow, that's already right here. Okay, a little unexpected. Thought I could get closer. Yep. Festering Fingerprint Vike. That's who I was waiting for here. Was kind of hoping to get that spell off, but, you know, rip the homie. Yeah, I also picked up the Rotten Breath spell. Yeah, I forgot he does that. This spell will invalidate a lot of hostile invader fights. Poke, poke, poke. Now we have a Fingerprint Grape. We need that for Hayeta's quest. We have Vike's Spear, which, if you are a faith build, you can use. It's better, you know, scaling off decks. If it causes madness, this, I'll tell you here, since we haven't really experienced madness in this game and in this playthrough until now, madness is worthless 98% of the time. NPC invaders, players, and that's it, are affected by madness. Every other NPC, you can wallop them till you're blue in the face, or red in the face, whichever, I don't really care. They won't suffer from it. It doesn't affect bosses, it doesn't affect most people. But it's good we're here, because we actually need to be here at the Church of Inhibition for some other madness magic. And because I really need to resupply my flasks and everything. And this serves as a good jumping off point to get down to the village. Yeah, better flasks. Can't do it, just figure I check. Actually, does any of this armor provide better focus? The hat did. Nothing else, okay. So I look goofy. But You know, we're playing to stats here. We're not playing Fashion Souls just yet. Also, those plants down there, you see them? Will inflict madness. Yeah. This whole area kinda sucks. It's cool. I will thoroughly admit that. It is really cool. But it sucks so bad. Oh, it's awful. You're riding around, you get the friggin' Eye of Sauron gazing at you half the time. This place is a textbook example of suffering. Okay, so... Oh, don't jump off. Got some stuff to grab here, actually. First off... Okay, good, it's right there. So, we're going to... get rid of all these rats. And we'll tag that, why not? Oh god, the madness! It got me. As you can see, madness is nothing to play around with. Oh no, did it get away? Oh, don't run! Ah, crap. Alright. Gotta reset. This is what sucks about scarabs. If you don't kill them instantly, they can get away, and then you gotta try to re-get them. Ah, and I never died. I thought I died once getting here. Cool. So I don't have to burn another rune arc. That makes me happy. Okay, so we're just gonna go right for him. 2 zaps. We now have Frenzied Burst. For madness spells, it's pretty good. Deals fire damage, so that's the advantage here. Since I have decided, impromptu, to do a Godslayer / Frenzied Flame build. Because, you know, if we're going for fire, we might as well just go full bore here. Yeah, you can see these guys all do madness. Yep. They're still weak to fire, so hit them with a fireball, they'll flail around, you're good. Oh yeah, Walking Mausoleum. I'll show you how to deal with those later. I got one kind of earmarked for showing you how to deal with them. It's not that difficult. Once you know the trick, it's simple. But let's get into the town, because I'm tired of getting hit with madness. Alright, Frenzied Flame Village. You know what? I got lightning. I don't need to stealth. Look at that. Easy as can be. Hey, Rare Lucaria Helm. I don't have that yet. I ended up farming out the full set for Mausoleum Knights. That's what they are. I was gonna say, it's one of the knights, but I farmed out the full set. You know, Fashion Souls. Gotta look the right way. I think this is a cookbook. Oh, Shabriri's... Well, yeah, it's a waste. Also, interesting thing. The Frenzied Flame... One of the characters you'll end up meeting later is Shabriri, which is The name is also the name of a Jewish demon. Interesting little lore bit to find out, you know. I always find it interesting when a name is taken from something in real life. Admittedly, sometimes it's used in kind of weird ways, or something's used strange, like Neon Genesis Evangelion. Ooh, good cookbook. But in that, there's a lot of crosses. And I remember seeing an interview with, I think it's Hideki Aono or Hidetaki Aono. I can't remember his first name, but the creator. And when asked about all the Christian iconography, he just flat out was like, yeah, I just thought it looked cool. And that's something I always find interesting, is when developers from nations that don't mostly Japan, because I don't really see a lot of Korean games or Chinese games, but for the most part Japan, when they use Western religious iconography or other things that are commonly associated with the West, just how they use them. Because I just think it's fascinating, you know, what they perceive as interesting, what they take away from certain things, as opposed to just stuff being stuff. Alright, that's the village. The cookbook will actually quick go through. I always forget where the cookbooks are every time I do this. It's not... Okay, it's not there, it's not there. It's not in here. Not in here. Okay, it's here. This gives you clarifying boluses. That allows you to cure madness. Crystal cave moss, get it in caves, eye of yellow. Grown in lands afflicted by frenzy, Ducust herba, found in and around the Eternal City. So that is, if you go down the Shifra River well, you're going to find a ton of this stuff. That and melted mushrooms. Oh, I forgot there's what you call it right here? Site of Grace. I could have taken this one. Yeah, and you have to break line of sight to not get madness. You know the struggle if you've played Bloodbourne. Admittedly, I feel like madness here is a lot more generous. Okay, this is going to be really stupid. We're going to cross that gap. It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. This is why I have nothing that's going to help against madness. If we can get here. Okay, we're safe here. And you notice it burns your health away too. Okay, come on, get out. Quick scale it. I'll deal with the rats later, it's not important. You have to watch out because the Eye of Madness from down here can still hit you. Howl of Shabriri, that's one of the spells. It will boost your damage, but also draws all aggro on you. So, you know, keep that in mind. Okay, everybody here is cleared. Yeah, the thing should stop now. Yeah. No more madness until these guys respawn. So now you can travel about here as you will. Is there anything else to look at? No, not really. But at least it's safe. Plus, if you're going for madness, you got some spells. And that's what matters here. Now I have to deal with the stupid rats. Alright, rats are done. Man, that went a lot better than I planned. And since everything's dealt with, I can go back to what my armor should be. What was my... Oh, yeah. I was confused. I was like, what was my armor? Couldn't remember my helmet. Everything else. That's easy to remember. I switched off the incantation scarab simply because for the time being I'm not using any spells that are high enough FP cost. Like, yes, the lightning and the fireball are 18 FP each, but that's the thing. I am getting what? 1 and 1 2/3 maybe FP off them. That's about it. If I keep slinging, I might get a free cast. And yes, that's good. A free cast is a free cast. I'm not going to say no to that. But it's not great. Yeah, let's go here too. We're here. Why not? I was going to go elsewhere, but... You know what? We'll just sandwich all of it together. We can probably make it here and there. Yeah, trolls with magic. That's going to be a real fun one. If you hated trolls, you're really going to love that guy. The Carrion Phalanx, you know, where you can get the magic swords floating around you? He can do that. So, you know, giant ones. Is this... Yep, erudition. Yep, so we can't even do anything here just yet. Question is there a bonfire, not bonfire, set of grace around here? I don't think so. I think this is kind of where they get you. Based on the number of dudes going splat around here, it looks like a no. Ah, well, that's close enough. Can make the run, it's not too big of a risk. But we're actually gonna head here next, so off to Eastern Tableland. One thing worth mentioning, actually, is of madness spells, we now have 3 of the 5. There's only 2 more spells, a bigger version of Flame of Frenzy, and then a grab. But these are kind of the big ones that are worth looking at. Actually, now that I think about it, I might be able to use this. I mean, I can. But I mean... Yeah, actually, we're gonna... This is a little secret that's gonna come in handy later. Hopefully. It may just screw me over, I don't know. You know, my luck is wishy-washy at best. You know, since we're here, we're gonna wall up these guys. We're gonna do this the easy way. Yeah, the Incantation Scarab would give me an extra, like, tick of casting if I used it with that spell. With Rotten Breath. That is the only time it is slightly viable. And I have to emphasize slightly. I mean, if you're a caster worth your salt, you're going to have a high mind stat in the first place. You know, you're trying to have a large pool to build from here, not constantly having to chug flasks. It's inefficient, leaves you open, and until you're actually having a meter big enough that you can't 100% fill, you're ending up wasting essentially flask power. And this is the second best character in the game, Turtle Pope.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows? Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Miriel's awesome. You can give them any scrolls for incantations or for sorceries, and Miriel never leaves, so you're always guaranteed this spot to learn magic. This is where you seek absolution if you've wronged someone. For instance, finger reader crones. If you smack them, you get cursed. You can seek absolution, get rid of that. If you kill an important NPC, you can seek absolution, get that cured. Golden tailoring tools are if you have god equipment or like boss armor. If you want to tailor it and change it, all you're going to be doing is reducing the effectiveness and getting rid of a cape and some weight. Is it worth it? No, it really isn't. But it exists, you know, for those who are so inclined. But that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.